Hey everybody, this is Joe, the Over 40 model maker here, and today we are going to go and look at a model kit review that I got from my new favorite place. I think it's USA Gundam Store or Gundam Store USA, one of the two. I bought this quite a few months ago, and I'm just getting around to reviewing it. And this is one of the model kits that it's not a Gundam per se, but it's more of a robotic type Gundam kit. It is Chinese, and the overall consensus, I'm just going to tell you right away that there is good right away with the bad. So you have one good point followed up by a negative point. So that's how this is going to kind of go. But so to tell you what it is the Thunderbolt. Mobulid. I don't know what that is, but it's the Cosmic General Purpose Combat Robot. I liked the colors that were used. There are actually a lot of colors that are used. It looks like it's kind of an aquatic, like what if Aquaman was a Gundam sort of thing. And I don't know what that says, but this is one of the things that you get into the box. And speaking of the box, let me go ahead and show you what the actual box looks like. All right, here is the box itself. Now, I did not have this at the table strictly because of one thing, is this thing is not necessarily huge, like wide, but it is extremely thick because there were a lot of sprues and a lot of things in this box that I was actually quite amazed of how big this box was when it showed up at my front door. The box itself is not very they just basically just put, that's all the things on it. And then here's so that's basically what it kind of looks like. And then this part here we'll talk about later. Overseas exclusive. I'm not so sure about that. Here's this stuff here if anybody wants to read it. And Thunderbolt and stuff on the back there. So if you saw this in a store, this might be good enough for you to pick it up. But, that choice is completely yours. So back to the table. Okay, back to the table. So inside that box, there were a lot of things that obviously can help justify the price that it was. I actually got it very on sale. It was around $70, which, in all honesty, that might be a pretty decent price. So what do we get in the box? So I've already showed you. You get this particular card right there. You get another card like this for both sides. And there's a reason why you get these cards here, and I'll show you here in a little bit. Very nice graphics. Paper is rather thin. It's very flimsy, so be careful that you don't accidentally crease it. And then you get the honkin' book that is the instructions book. Now, the first good with the bad is they are very detailed in what you need to cut out and things like that. And it tells you also, I'll show you right, let's see, where's my thing? Right here. What parts you need for that particular piece. Sometimes though, where you have to put parts can be kind of confusing. And I'll show you that here in a minute. And then there's one humongous flaw with this book. And I mean huge flaw, and I will talk about that later. I'm actually kind of ashamed but I think it'll show up that it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then you have your water slide decal. And now I haven't put them all on the model as of yet, obviously, because there's this many. The reason that I don't is that I usually leave these for like rainy day projects. So then I have something to do. In South Dakota here, we can have a blizzard that can last an entire like 24 hours, dump, 4 feet of snow on us, and then we need to keep ourselves busy and occupied while not freezing to death. Or we have a thunderstorm, it can actually literally rain all day long, flood everything, and you have to keep yourself occupied if you're going to be stuck inside indoors. So this is what I leave for days like that. So you get cards, you get that. So back to the question of why do we get these cards? Because the one thing that you first build is the actual stand. And I'll just try to back up here as best I can. And this thing actually is quite large. And then those cards can go here as a plate. So, so you have that one here, or you can put that one in there, or you can put that one in there, or flip it over, put that one in there, like so. It's complete, or even this, completely on how you want to do it. And this is a thing that I'm going to go ahead and spray paint and repaint and, get all that detail stuff right there all taken care of. So that's the first thing that you'll actually build is the stand. And it actually holds the model quite well because it's got that sort of a connection to it. And I just realized something just fell out. I don't know, I think it was the chin. Well, that's not good. So, what else do you get? You actually do get a lot of weapons. So you get these gun swords, and I will have to say the plastic is very nice. The faux metal spray paint sheen is quite good. And there are moving parts to it. Then you do get 2 of them, and they do connect to a bigger thing, and I'll show you later. And then you get like this, I don't know if this is like a shield or a shield, or like the little things that shoot out. I really don't know what it's called, but again, very nice and solid. Pain in the butt to put together because a lot of them have these sharp edges to them, and you will be poking yourself a lot. That's another downside with a positive, is the plastic, this plastic can hurt you. They are quite pokey. Hence, the big old trident. This thing hurt like a mother trying to get put together because there's a lot of things that poked and prodded you and all that stuff. But this is something where you would probably want to repaint the handle and everything else. But other than that, it's not bad. We'll put that there. And then my favorite, his rifle. Even has the hole drilled out there. Very nice, very nice. And we'll put that there. And then his backpack. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So let me try to clear all this off here. If you made it this far in the video, I'm impressed as all hell. So this is his backpack, and then that's his connector into the back. This thing was a pain in the butt to build. I almost quit trying to build this thing. First off, inside here is a little pilot inside of a little ball that I almost broke this entire plastic piece here trying to shove that in there because the tolerances for this particular piece were not forgiving. I hated it. And then the worst thing of all is in the instruction book, in the actual instruction book, it tells you to make 2 of these things right here. And then obviously is one's for the left, one's for the right, and you can see the connectors here and there. Here and here. The only problem is that in the instructions, and I didn't catch it till later, the instructions have you building it the exact same way, not an opposite. So you're building 2 of these, not 1 of each. I actually had to, in order to make this fit onto this and then have everything fit into this, I had to Dremel, use my Dremel, and I don't know if people would be able to see it, back down in here, I had to Dremel, oh no, right here as well, Dremel all that out in order for this to stick. You can't see it when it's from a distance. You can't see it when it's actually on him, which is good. But I was not too happy about that. And it's not a thing of I read the instructions wrong or anything like that. I followed the directions to the letter. You build 2 of the same thing, but they're not opposite of one another. So, that's the ultimate bad of this. So we'll put that off to the side, and then I'll show you the main event, which is the robot itself, the Thunderbolt. Now, in all honesty, this kit is actually quite awesome. His joints are tight. He poses excellent. You do kind of have to be delicate when you are posing him, or else he will kind of snap pieces off. I think I've actually pulled his chin thingy down off of his face, and I'll get that after the video is completed. But other than that, it's not too bad. And then I have his closed fist hands right now. I'm going to go ahead and put him into the grippy hands so that he, see, right there. See that fell off? There's the thing for his gun. And it only, there we go. I need to definitely, see, another thing there is his thing fell off. It's definitely, now that I think about it, it's definitely a kit that you're gonna have to maybe use some super glue on. Just maybe. See, that's how his gun's supposed to go, but you still have that gap right there with that stuff. But it's supposed to like fit tight. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and get his other thing so I can go ahead and have him carry his gun. So, and then see, here's another part here. It's, this thing is very frustrating. It is. It's just a frustrating model that if you think you need to go ahead and have this model kit, by all means then go ahead and buy it. But don't say I didn't warn you about the frustrations that this thing can give you trying to put it together. And considering I haven't put this thing together in so long, I forgot how most of the stuff fits. So, all right. Finish it off here. What we're going to do is we're going to attach the backpack to the thing. And then so you just snap it into here. Now I will say it does make it quite top heavy. It does make it quite awkward, but in all honesty, it's not too bad. You'll definitely want to put it on the stand or just leave it off to the side. So with that being said, folks, I would have to give this kit probably a 5. There were just a lot of problems, a lot of issues putting this together. It really honestly was not a fun build. I'm probably gonna, let's see, I almost snapped half this model apart just trying to get it off his backpack. So with that, I would say, I mean, I'll still display this and I'll still be proud of it, but I'm just not going to recommend this for anybody. I'm just not. Maybe I'll find another one on that website and build it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you very much for joining me today. We'll go ahead and get some more models made and do the reviews and do some painting, Warhammer stuff, and do all that. So just keep coming back and you'll be fine. So with that, if it's your birthday, happy birthday, you handsome man. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, you beautiful, beautiful woman. Thank you very much for joining me again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.